Welcome to Sex Positive Gaming. I'm Annie, and today we're going to look at the top 14 new Patreons of 2021 so far. We're 6 months in, and there are some repeat titles from earlier this year, but the majority of top new Patreon games came out in the last 3 months. At number 14, we have Knightess. The game starts as your standard isekai format, where the main character is transported to another world to defeat the Demon King. This fantasy RPG has heavy corruption and transformation themes. It is interesting how the main character spends their days in the real world and their nights in the fantasy realm. Knightess is available for PC on their Patreon and itch.io. At number 13, we have Kingmaker. This game is half strategy and half trainer. The developer calls it a prince trainer, but it is a wholly heterosexual flavor. The art isn't great, but the gameplay is pretty solid if you enjoy strategy games. Kingmaker is available for PC and Mac on their Patreon and itch.io. At number 12, we have School Basket Buddies. This is a sports-themed yaoi visual novel where the main character has the eyes of the new Teddy Ruxpin. Yes, I know that the old Teddy Ruxpin allowed Nintendo to enter the American market and save the video game industry. No, really, I'm not kidding. If you can get past the creepy eyes and the somewhat rough English translations, then you will probably enjoy this pickup game of shirts versus skins available for PC and Mac on their Patreon and itch.io. Number 11 is our first return game from the list in March, Hyperdeep. This is the spiritual successor to Super Deep Throat, and well, the descriptions of this game on itch.io are pure poetry, including phrases such as, extravagantly customizable, become the master of your own destiny. Hyperdeep is available for PC on their Patreon and itch.io. At number 10, we have Superhuman. This is a dark visual novel the developer says was influenced by the Prototype and Darkness game series. The art can be unsettling, but if that's one of your flavors, the game is highly interactive with a pretty good story. I was actually really surprised about how good the story was. You know what they say, don't judge a book by its hideous oozing mutations. Superhuman is available for PC and Mac on their Patreon. At number 9, we have Summer Vacation. This is a slice-of-life yaoi visual novel about your journey of self-discovery. If you like long walks in the evening, sensual massages, and camping with the homies, this is the game for you. Summer Vacation is available for PC, Mac, and Android on their Patreon. At number 8, we have another returnee from the March list, Fox Feast. This is a vor and furry themed platformer where you have to eat or be eaten. It's like Kirby, but much more menacing. There's not a lot of footage I can show here because, for some reason, animals don't wear clothes. Fox Feast is available for PC on their Patreon. At number 7, we have Bound to College. This BDSM and power exchange theme yaoi visual novel was on the March list. There haven't been very many updates so far, but obviously college-themed games are really popular regardless of the main character's sexuality. Bound to College is available for PC, Mac, and Android on their Patreon and itch.io. At number 6, we have the developer Skyrim, who is creating mods for Skyrim. This includes the O-Stim O-Sex overhaul on Nexus Mods. This is probably one of the best-looking immersive mods for sexual interactions. The project looks to make the behaviors and conditions as natural as possible and does a really good job. Is it a game? No, but it has over 300 supporters since its launch at the end of April. For those unfamiliar, Skyrim is a fantasy RPG available for PC, Mac, and smart fridges. At number 5, we have the game that answers the age-old question, can I have a dragon have sex with anthropomorphic catgirls in a barn? FarmD says yes, but only if you play in VR. I covered this in March, and it's still as popular and ridiculous now as it was then. FarmD is available for PC on their Patreon. At number 4 is another VR title, Intimate. This is a customizable furry interactive VR experience. Once again, this is a game with no clothes, so it makes it really hard to show you all anything. I mean, customizable furry interactive VR experience is probably enough information to let you know if this is a game you want to try, available for PC on their Patreon. Number 3 is Primrose Dungeon VR. This is a fantasy and monster girl themed game that is currently more of a tech demo. A very popular tech demo that once again does not seem to want to have any clothing. I am beginning to suspect that most VR developers are nudists. I'm not shaming, I'm just salty that I have to draw all these dinosaurs. Primrose Dungeon VR is available for PC on their Patreon. Number 2 is Ero Condo. This is a yaoi dating simulator for Android. The game was the number 1 title on the March list, but is still doing very well for a new title. This game is fun and the art is amazing, and there are consistent updates. This is one of the best adult content mobile games out there. No one tell Nutaku. Ero Condo is available for Android on their Patreon. And at number 1 is FreshWomen. This is a college harem visual novel. I know, a lot of you are stunned that the most popular title is a college harem themed game. Don't worry, the main character also has amnesia, cause why not? The renders in this game are fantastic and the animations, while currently limited, look great. I am worried about sustainability, because the developer says the first build took their team 11 months to create, but I am really hopeful. FreshWomen is available for PC, Mac, and Android on their Patreon. There you have it. There were a ton of flavors covered in these 14 titles. Hopefully there is something for everyone, and hopefully the VR games will earn enough money to be able to afford to add clothing to their games. Let me know what you're most excited about. Should I keep adding dinosaurs to games I can't show footage for, or just don't cover them? And as always, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's supporters on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you.